Here at the heart of children's ministry, we want to make sure that all children knows that Jesus Christ is their best friend and throughout their life. And one of the way that we do that is by creating a free, fun and safe space for children to be able to experience and begin to develop a strong relationship with God. And Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 1 to 7 signifies the commandments to love God so that the blessing will transfer from one generation to next generation. The verses that particularly strikes me is verse 2 and 3, and I'm going to read that for you. So that you, your children, and their children after them may fear the Lord your God as long as you live, by keeping all his decrees and commands and that I give you, and so that you may enjoy a long life. Verse 3 says, Hear, Israel, and be careful to obey, so that it may go well with you, and that you may increase greatly in a land flowing with milk and honey, just as the Lord, the God of your ancestor, promised you. As a children's pastor here at the church, and on behalf of the whole children's team, I want to come alongside with you as a parents and want to help support you to fulfill this great commandment that God has entrusted to you. And that is simply to transfer the biblical heritage from one generation to next generation. What a blessing it is, guys. Yes, it is true that God has called us to lead our families, and the way that we do that is by showing a godly role model, so that the families are inspired to love God more. Here's some few resources that I've come up with, guys, and I hope that this will be handy as you begin to intentionally create an environment and a place a place and a home for you and your family, where Jesus is the center of your household. And so I'm just going to begin to show you. So this is book number one for you guys to take away, is my first hands-on Bible. This is very good for preschool and primary school. It is a pretend and play Bible. You can actually use your household items to able to kind of create an environment and just retell the biblical story through pretend and play. I highly recommend this, and I have amazing time playing, being some biblical characters together and just having lots of fun with my little ones. So highly recommend this one. Book number two is the parenting book by Nikki and Salali. They are an amazing couple, and I think they've just put on so much in this book. They've put on the whole experience as a parent in this book, and I highly recommend this. This is not only a book, but rather a manual, should I say. There's tons to learn, and I highly recommend, if you're a parent, just to get this book. Last but not the least, who has grown up playing board games? Almost everybody has this. There's something nostalgic about just playing board game with a family. I particularly remember playing Chinese checker with my father, growing up, and I still remember it. And here's one for you up in my sleeves, guys, and I just wanted to show you that, guys, we have amazing Christian board games. Why don't you invest one of these? This is one of my favorite board game. Let's just create memories by playing Christian board games, and I highly recommend this one. This one is a bit of an investment, but I hope that this will help you as you just spend family time together with your loved ones. Finally, I just wanted to tell you that there's two keywords that I wanted to kind of drop in your heart, is that you have to be deliberately and intentionally be able to you have to be intentionally no, guys, as a family, I absolutely recommend you to put aside a day or an evening, whatever works for you in your routine, to set aside a time for your family. Guys, as a family, I highly recommend you to set aside some time for your family, whether it's evening or morning, whatever works for you in your routine and a schedule. But I think, it is time for you to grow as a family. When your children grows up, they can they guys, as a family, I hugely, guys, as a family, set aside some time for yourself and your family. Carve out some time for your family, because when your children, when they grow up, they will reflect back these memories, that they had spent the time with family. And I really, really recommend this, that you just, guys, as a family, I would like you to set aside and carve some time for your family. It is absolutely a must, where you want a space, only for your family. Guys, as a family, I would like you to set aside some time. Guys, as a family, set aside some time, whether it's evening or morning, whatever time works for you, whatever is your routine. And just make memories. It is amazing time, and when we do that, your children will grow up to value and reflect back the memories that they had spent it with their parents and their guys. As a family, set aside and carve out some time together. As your child grows, they will reflect back these memories, and this is amazing time for them to kind of have. Guys, I want you to guys guys guys, I highly recommend you, please, 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 set aside some time for your family, whether it's evening, or whether once a week, whatever works for you. But do that. Set aside. I mean, when your children grows up, they will value it. They will reflect back these memories and cherish it.